Remote work is not just for those who don't live near. We have a lot of people who work for Level 12 who are within driving distance, easy driving distance. They live in the Louisville metro area and they're remote workers too. And we give them that option because, quite frankly, I like it. So, as the guy who's kind of leading direction of this ship, I like being able to stay home. I like being able to not have to drive in if there's no good reason to. And so I think in some sense there's a big part of this that goes back for me to making the best use of your time. And not having to drive a half an hour in traffic most days of the week makes a lot of sense to me. For some people, one of the guys that works for us, he really likes to, but his drive is only 5 minutes. So, he comes in every day, but it's just a 5-minute drive and he can go home and have lunch if he wants to, really easy. So, in some ways that's the best of both worlds, but some of us don't want to live in town. So, we just don't get that same benefit. I have a tendency to be a very analytical person anyway. I don't, when I'm engaging with people, it's usually to solve a problem. It's not to just, cut up for a half an hour, sitting around that conference room table. So I think one of the challenges I've had personally as a leader is that it's very easy to create an impersonal dynamic in the culture of the company if you're not present and you have a tendency to be kind of a recluse anyway. So that's certainly a challenge that I've had to overcome personally. I would say as a company, there's two big disadvantages that I see. If you want to have like a planning session, that nothing beats the bandwidth of a whiteboard and people in the same room for like discussion and vision. And we've tried onboard online whiteboarding options, and it's not really the same. And then the second one is just you don't have as much time for personal stuff. You don't get to know people as well. And that can make, if you've got more difficult conversations to have, or you've got some tension over, something that you want to do in the business, not having that personal connection, not having spent time with a person can make those issues harder. Overall, I think it's a net win for the company, even with, the reality of those challenges. We also meet once a year. We bring everybody in. We all have them work on site for a week, just again to have a little bit of face time, do some fun stuff together. So that stuff mitigates those things somewhat. Doesn't completely negate them. Overall, as I said before, I think it's a net win.